Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where we unleash the truth about all things pets.
Our research and anecdotal evidence matched with pet expert interviews will help you help your pet thrive.
We are here to answer questions, divulge information, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets.
I am your co-host, Emily Taylor, pet nutrition enthusiast.
And I'm Toni Shalaski, owner of Healthy Pet Products with 3 locations in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and recently expanded to Port Charlotte, Florida.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Toni Unleashed, the podcast. In this episode, we continue discussing cats with our good friend, Lindsay. If you don't remember from last week, Lindsay is our resident cat expert with tons of experience at home with her cat colony and from working at a vet clinic. She's also learned tons since joining us at Healthy Pet Products, and she works at our Cranberry location as our assistant manager. She, in our previous episode, she was discussing focusing on managing multiple cat diets, maximizing moisture content, and transitioning a picky cat to a new food. This episode is going to focus on enrichment for cats. Cats are hunters and intelligent creatures, often mistaken for being independent and sometimes lazy. However, they need just as much mental stimulation, if not more, than our dogs. We will discuss tips and tricks to keep your cat active and happy.
I'm super excited about this episode. For those of you who didn't listen to the last episode, I have one cat and his name is Baby Sue. And I have fallen victim to focusing on mental stimulation for my dogs and not so much Baby Sue. This is probably because Baby Sue and Kendrick is my 14-pound mutt, play together quite a bit. Sue will stalk and pounce on Ken frequently, and Kendrick will chase Sue back and forth around the house. Except that Sue is very much in charge of Kendrick and owns Kenny. He does not hurt Baby Sue. Ken will be like way too scared of Sue to cross Sue's path if Sue is like watching the stairs because he knows that Sue is going to like swat him or chase him or something. So I'm excited to learn more today about ways I can interact with Sue and help him stay on his toes. And I'm also sure I'll feel immense guilt for not doing enough for him at the same time. So, yeah, let's dive into it.
No, I love that. When I was growing up, my little Pomeranian and cat were like best friends, and they used to play.
Aww.
Yeah. So that reminds me a lot of them.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like, if Ken looks bored and I'm like not like ready to engage with all of the animals, I'll be like, Ken, go find Sue.
Yeah. And he does?
And either Sue will appear after I say that or Ken will go find him. I'll be like looking around for him.
Hi, Dee. Yes, Em laughed.
We're all okay though.
We are fine, yeah. DeSoto, my dog, does not like laughter, so he came charging in to see what the fuck was going on. So do you recommend, Linz, having 2 cats instead of 1 to entertain each other?
You'll probably know my answer as someone with 7. But I would say yes. Cats, they're like packed animals. They like to have friends to play with, to cuddle. They like to groom each other. And especially if you have a kitten, like I know like a lot of rescues too will encourage people to adopt in pairs.
Yeah.
Because of that reason. But yeah, and I mean, it's all based on your cat's personality. Like, I'm sure there's cats out there that are content with just being solo friends, and that's okay. But for the most part, I feel like they do better in pairs, or
At least.
What about siblings? Because I know for dogs, siblings is a big no.
Yeah.
What about for cats? Because I feel like a lot of people adopt out sibling cats.
Yeah, I don't think it is the same.
Okay.
Because I know they can get like littermate syndrome for like dogs and stuff. But
for clarification, it's a big no-no to adopt or to have litter mates because a couple of things can happen. One, the siblings can bond too close with each other and like swear off human beings and not be able to form any sort of like attachment or connection to people. Or they can have pretty intense sibling rivalry where they like end up fighting each other pretty bad, and then you'd end up having to separate them later on. So yeah, I guess because a lot of people I feel like adopt out or get siblings.
None of mine are related, but I have fostered, siblings of cats, and my one cat Henna. My dad has the mom, and then my sister has the one brother. So they're still, like, in the fam.
Cute.
Just not in the same house.
And so we don't have play dates or anything like that.
We have, my sister has brought, his name's Rui. She has brought him over.
It doesn't go well.
Does he have only child syndrome?
No, she has 4 cats.
Okay.
He's just not the friendliest towards
other cats.
Yeah.
So this makes me realize I don't think we listed off all the names of your cats.
Oh, okay. So I'll go in order. So
and if there's a story behind the name, we want the story behind the name.
Most of them are just named after food. That was like the theme I was going for.
Okay.
So I have Grigio. He's like a gray and white tuxedo. I have Queso. He's an orange tabby. Then I have Henna. She's the only non-food, obviously, but she has like 2 different. She's like a, I don't know what they call them, like Torby cat. So she's like a tabby, but like multiple colors.
Oh, cute.
So she has like one arm that's like gray tabby and then one that's orange. So it kind of looked like she had like a tattoo, like a sleeve. So that's how Henna came.
I love that.
And then I have Tofu. He's a little Siamese guy.
So cute.
Mochi. She's like a fluffy Siamese mix something. Who's next? Then I have Chia. She's a little fluffy black one. And then Sriracha is the last.
I don't think I've ever heard Chia or Sriracha's name.
Yeah.
Ever.
Those are the last 2
Do they all know
additions.
their names? No.
Probably not. They all have like nicknames too, so I don't even know if they get called like their real names.
So why don't we on Instagram and Facebook,
when this episode airs,
feature all of her cats?
Yeah.
They have an Instagram, Grigio and Gang. Follow them.
Hello.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
know.
The handle is Grigio,
Grigio
Grigio
and Gang.
And Gang.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
post a lot of cute pictures, food, like raw food reviews.
Yeah.
So how many followers do you have?
Are very cute.
Like 550 something.
Yeah. That's respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and do all your cats get fed at the same time?
They do. So,
and how do they know which bowl is theirs?
So yeah, we do twice a day. But they all have their own bowls and they all have their own spot in the kitchen, and I feed them in the same order every time. So they all know like when it's their turn and where to go.
Got it.
So your cats are trained.
Yes. Cats are very trainable though. I feel like people just
don't realize that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I raised my cat as a kitten with my dogs. Mm-hmm. So like I can be like, Sue, come. And he'll show up.
Wait, Baby Sue's a boy?
Yeah, Baby Sue's a boy.
Okay.
And
so no, never mind. I won't say it.
What?
No.
Well, what? Do you want to?
We were a little bit high when we named Baby Sue.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah. I don't know. Mike was on like a big Vietnamese coffee kick, which is like Sue a da. And then I was like, that's stupid. Baby Sue.
That's okay. It's Baby Sue now.
Yeah, it's Baby Sue now. So much better. Where were we?
How can we incorporate food and feeding time with enrichment for cats?
Yeah. Licky mats?
Yeah. She sometimes hides cats' food. So.
Yes. You know what? I lied. I don't do that for my cat. I do it for my brother's cat because my brother's cat is fat and stress eats. So when I'm pet sitting my brother's cat, and like I go every other day, like I know he will stress eat all, or she will stress eat all of her food at once. So I will place it, I'll hide it in different parts of the house. So his cat has to find it. So then she gets a little bit of exercise and it prevents her from just like gouging her face at once.
No, yeah, that's good.
But you can't do that with 7 cats.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I don't really do it so much for like mealtime, but we do with like treats. Like we have a couple different like puzzle and like maze things. They have some treat balls. Every time I leave the house, they like know when I'm like getting ready for work.
Oh.
So they get excited because they know it's treat time. So all I have to do is like grab the jar and they know. But I just like throw a couple handfuls, like just scatter them and they like all go and find them. That's like.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have, and I think we sell a couple of different options at the pet store, but they do have like different interactive ways to feed your cat where they use their like hunting instinct. And I think we have like little mice that you stuff with food and then you hide them around the house.
Yeah.
So they have to find it that way rather than making it easily accessible at like one spot every single time.
Yeah.
Which it's hard to do if you have multiple animals.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like 2 of mine would just find them all and eat it.
Well, do you have any favorite toys or interactive feeders that you do like to use with your cats?
Or you would recommend?
So, I mean, we have like a lot of the pet stages, like those little puzzle.
For dogs?
They make them for cats too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There's that one that looks like a leaf with like the ladybugs.
Oh, I think I saw that.
And then there's like that other orange one. It's kind of like a pyramid, like a ramp thing. We have them.
Leaf.
It's a leaf, and it looks like little ladybugs are on it, and they have to move them to get the treats and stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fun. But like just toy-wise, like other interactive toys. My cats love, those like ball towers or like the maze ones.
Yeah.
They're all obsessed with that.
The rolly.
Mm-hmm. They could sit there.
They like to bat the ball.
Yeah. They also have a tunnel that they really love.
We sell a lot of tunnels.
Tunnels, yeah.
What is it about a tunnel?
Yeah.
I think they just...
I've never tried a tunnel.
Oh, your cat will probably love it. All mine, they like just running in it, hiding in it, and then like pouncing out on each other. But cats like little like confined things too.
Every time we bring a box home, we leave it out for at least 2 weeks for the cat.
Yeah, I have one in my living room right now.
Yeah. So are they den animals like dogs are? I mean, maybe that's where that behavior comes from.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, like little cubby beds, tunnels, boxes.
I know they like their own sense of smell.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like any small space.
They like their own sense of smell.
Yeah, right?
They like how they...
Yeah, that's why you don't do scented litter. And that's why they tell you when you're transitioning a cat into your house, you confine them to a small room at first so that like room smells like them and they get used to it and comfortable with it. And then you slowly expand them to your house. They like their own pheromones. I knew that,
but I didn't know it was about odor.
I don't know how I knew that or know that.
No, I would say that's right, yeah.
Huh.
I think that's just like one of those thoughts that just I knew.
Oh, if you could only see her face.
like it's just like common
She's
sense.
so proud of herself right now. Do you see this? You see what I deal with?
Yeah, I'm like, I thought that was just something everyone knew. I thought that was why like we say no scented litter and you don't want to use any like sprays or deodorants or shampoos for cats because they're like comforted by their own pheromones and sense of smell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an anti-fragrance person as it is, period. So I don't even, my brain doesn't even go there at all. As far as it's almost like they self-identify with their own scent.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And like I thought that was also part of the reason, like when you're transitioning a new cat into your house, like I don't know, like you want it to be slow too.
Yeah, like most people will like offer like a bed or a blanket that the other cat has like laid on and take it there so they get used to
like they go through this whole process.
Yeah.
And
I just throw mine to the wolves.
Like, yeah, guys.
It's work. so far.
But I really feel like that's a lot of your attitude towards it.
Yeah.
And you have,
I mean, we need to do a whole episode
and
on
Tori
like
makes
energy.
fun of me all the time, but you have the attitude that this is fine. You're not stressed about it, so they're not going to stress about it.
Right. I think that's
So,
And cats like really feed off of stress.
oh my
fair.
God.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I know dogs do.
I feel like cats almost can be worse because like they're more like with sounds and smells and like people, because dogs like typically are more exposed to different things than cats, like are predominantly indoor. Like dogs at least maybe like go outside to the park or like on car rides and are more exposed to different like people and smells and noises
Right.
as opposed to cats. So
a great
especially
point.
when you like bring in something new, it can be really stressful.
So you do no like you don't plug in adaptals or
So I
feel-aways or
do,
whatever?
yeah, I do have a feel away running at all times. I've gone without it though. Like genuinely, my cats do like get along, and you know they're friends, and they're not really stressed out about most things. But I do have a feel away diffuser going.
What is a feel away diffuser for our listeners?
It's just like pheromones that helps them again with like the scent, like natural, just like calming.
Is it something that you can smell or only cats can smell?
Only cats can smell, but it does have, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like a smell, but when you're like right up next to it, you can kind of smell it, but it's not strong at all.
Okay. Like bitter.
I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
But you can't smell it throughout the whole house.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
just
smell
like
it.
when you're literally like right up
Do you
near the
have it
outlet.
in just one room or does it travel like X amount of square footage? Do you know?
I think they cover like, is it 900 square feet? Don't quote me on that, but it does cover like a pretty large range, but I only have one. I mean, my apartment's maybe only 950 square feet or something like that. So,
Okay.
I think I'm pretty sure they recommend one per floor if you
Yeah,
have
okay.
a multi-level.
Yeah.
So 900 does kind of sound like in the ballpark.
yeah, it's maybe like 700, 900, something like that.
Yeah. So
Speaking of calming, does enrichment with your cats help with other things like stress, hairballs, scratching furniture? Like we just did an episode with dogs and how enrichment and mental stimulation can help with some behavioral issues. Do you see that mirror with like the cat world?
I definitely think so. Again, back to like cats being like predominantly inside, so they're
Yeah.
not getting a lot of mental stimulation. So you providing them with like a window perch so they can watch the birds and bunnies, and then providing them with scratchers.
So is that like, sometimes I feel like that's teasing and antagonizing my cat because like we have bird feeders outside. So there's like a lot of birds and bunnies and stuff. And my cat feels like he gets almost overstimulated by all
can't,
that
like, get to
activity.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just depends. We have like a little like, you know, those ones are like suction cup. It's a little-
Yeah.
We have one of those, and all my cats, it holds up to 50 pounds.
wow.
But they have all been on it at one time.
Really?
So it's like 70 pounds, and it has held up.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the double tier, so they can like go like inside or on top.
Okay.
But it definitely does hold
And
50 pounds. But they love,
suction cups on the glass and it hasn't ever come off?
no.
Wow. Imagine if it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all love to just lay in the sun on there and like watch the birds. And we have, I have 3 like cat tree towers, multiple different scratchers. So like cardboard ones that are like on the ground.
Yeah, I
Then
was
we have
gonna
like taller scratchers.
I was going to say, is there a such thing as like vertical and horizontal scratchers?
Yeah. And I think some of my cats, I do see them using like the cardboard ones on the floor more. And then I have like a taller, I don't know, it's probably like 3 foot, so they can like climb it too, scratcher. And I definitely see some other ones use that more than the lower one. So yeah, just providing different.
Do you clip their nails?
I do. I try to do it like once a month.
I've never clipped mine.
Yeah. But
And,
my cats literally have not ruined any of my furniture.
well, because you know what to do.
Yeah. Because a lot of people are surprised.
Yeah.
Well, one, when I tell them that like all my cats get along.
Yeah.
And then two, when like they don't
Yeah.
ruin anything.
Right.
But yeah, if you provide them with like the right enrichment and like resources, then
So you have a sunbather, scratchers. Do you have like a toy box?
just with all their toys and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of like
Do
little.
you do catnip?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
Catnip sometimes.
So with the scratchers, the cardboard scratchers that you have, do you shy away from ones made in China or any other tips with cardboard scratchers? No. It's okay to say no, you don't.
I missed the question. What was it?
Cardboard scratchers. So because I have always tried to
do the ones without the chemicals that bind them together.
correct.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to. I mean, we do carry ones that are made in China from reputable companies, but the companies that say theirs are made in the U.S., like what I hear in the industry is they're glued together. It's cardboard from a dumpster that's been formed together in China. Like
Yeah, makes sense. I honestly have so many different ones. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And I know this is a little bit off topic, but on the back to bowls and plates and what type of, do you use glass? Do you use stainless steel? Like which ones do you have?
All my cats eat ceramic. They're like flatter bowls. They're like cat head shaped, wider, flatter bowls, but they're all ceramic.
Okay.
And then I have a glass bowl, like a big glass flat bowl for water in the kitchen, but then they also have a fountain too.
Okay.
So they have a couple of different like water options too.
But they probably don't drink that much since they eat raw food.
Correct. They don't drink. They mostly just like to play in it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
an enrichment.
Do you feel badly? And I know you walk some of your cats, but do you ever feel bad that they're not outside hunting
Yes.
and gathering? And
I do.
I feel like
Yeah.
I would be so scared. I'm like a helicopter mom with my cats. So I would be so
Same.
scared to let them outside. Well, one, because they're so cute. And I feel like someone would see them and be like, oh, this cat's cute. I'm going to take it inside.
Huh.
Because like I would if I saw them outside.
Yeah.
And just if like something happens to them. But yeah, I do have two that like to walk on a leash, and I have a backpack for them and they go out. The other ones don't really like the car or like to really be outside. So
the whole walking a cat is becoming pretty popular. Do you highly
I think
recommend this? Or what tips do you have?
I think it's a gateway drug.
walking a cat?
Yes.
To what drug?
To being fixated on wanting to be outside.
Oh.
It's backfired on me.
Oh.
Do you walk your cat?
I tried.
Oh,
And now he's like obsessed with being outside. So he'll
yeah.
like freak out if he's not outside, but we can't trust him. Like, I'm not emotionally like, yes, would he be so fulfilled and love being outside and just have the best time? Yes. Am I emotionally stable enough to accept that he might not come home? No.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
But I have woods behind my house and turkeys, and I have coyotes, and I have deer, but also,
Meanwhile, she lives in the city.
yeah,
It's true.
living the life in the city.
Yeah, I feel like walking your cat, though, it just depends on their personality. Like, if they're super skittish and they don't like loud sounds or like...
I haven't tried walking
strange
with the dogs, though.
Yeah, people or something, it's probably gonna not work out so well. But if your cat's pretty outgoing, and both of them like water too a lot, yeah, they're not scared of
God.
other people.
I'm gonna do that. Okay, sorry. I hate to turn it back to me again.
It's not a pattern at all.
But I have a little dog, and then I have Sweet Pea, my pit bull, who goes in a stroller, and then maybe I'll add the cat, and
my
I will
gosh.
just be like the walking circus of Morningside with like a chihuahua, a pit bull in a stroller, and a cat on a leash.
That's hysterical.
You get a backpack too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting them in from,
Yeah.
where are we getting them from?
Travel cat.
Travel Cat.
Put your cat in a backpack.
Hey, Travel Cat, we need you to sponsor Toni Unleashed the podcast.
Yeah. Send us free stuff.
Are you getting one? Or you already have one?
Well, I already have one, but I mean, maybe I need, 2. One for queso, one for sriracha.
One on the front, one on the back?
Yeah. People really think I'm crazy.
Nah.
Okay, so are there any dangerous toys that people should avoid that otherwise would be marketed as fun and safe activities for cats? Like, I'm thinking for dogs, people think that raw hides are really good, or like those nylabones are really good, but like we know they're not good. I mean, is there something similar for cats?
So I kind of thought of 2 things, but a lot of people, this might be like a controversial opinion, but I feel like laser pointers aren't that great.
Agreed.
Tell me why.
Agreed.
We sell tons of them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe once in a while it's fine, but if that's the only toy that you're using to like get your cat running, it's not good because they can never like be fulfilled. They can never catch anything because it's not real. So a lot of times they can get like super frustrated because they're always chasing something that's never there.
That makes sense. Also, dogs like get weird behaviors if they're like addicted to the laser pointer. Like they can't handle shadows and they lose their ability to focus, and like their attention is like off.
I knew with dogs they were bad, but I didn't think about that with cats, that they never really end up catching something.
Yeah. And then also just a lot of people let their cats play with like hair ties or string, which then they can ingest, and it's just not the best.
I even get scared of like twist ties
Yeah.
from bread.
Mm-hmm. So do you like that one toy that's made by Kong that it literally is a hair scrunchie, and then the hair ties, which are the rubber bandy ones? She's just shaking her head at me. She's not even letting me describe the fucking toy. She's like, no. But they're protected. What about just a hair scrunchie?
I mean, maybe there's something bigger that they can't eat, but dogs with eating like socks is the equivalent of cats with like hair ties.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I hear you. I follow you. So no hair ties, everybody. We do not do hair ties.
What about those iPad apps where it's like the little koi fish swimming and then the cats like swat it? That's also never really good.
And I've seen people use those on television.
Yeah. If anyone has like a Roku TV, the like screensaver that comes up with like the fish that swim.
Yes.
Yeah. My cats like to watch that, but they don't like bat the TV. They just like to sit there and like watch it.
But that's okay.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying with like the games, if they're like, they can never really catch anything because it's not real. It's just.
Yeah. There's like some nature show on Netflix where it's like all the different birds, like Natural Geographic shit.
Yeah.
And my cat will just sit there and watch it. And I just like feel so bad. I'm like, ooh, like, what is he?
So another new thing that's all the rage, that's all over social media, all over the television, is the floppy fish.
Yeah.
That it's battery operated and it literally flip-flops on the ground when you turn it on. Lindsay, what's the deal with that? Yes, no, maybe so.
I do have one of those, and none of my cats really liked it.
Okay. But you're not against it.
I heard, didn't some of them like catch on fire? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah. I think that happened to Marissa. No, like Marissa heard of like it happening with a customer.
Okay.
But I guess that would be my only con with it, is catching on fire. But yeah, my cats, they're kind of like noisy too, so I don't know if that like
scares them.
They just kind of like looked at it. They weren't really like interested in playing with it.
And then, so we recommended for dogs, like using enrichment to boost confidence and help with insecure dogs or nervous dogs. Do you find that that's helpful with like nervous cats? Because I feel like there's a lot of cats that just like hide under the bed or hide when new people come in. Do you feel like it helps with that behavior?
Yeah, my one cat, Tofu, he's a little shy. He loves like the wand toys, so when you get that out, like he goes crazy, like does backflips. He's a real fan of that, but it definitely gets him out in the room, like nowhere he can hide.
Yeah.
So, are any of your cats from an animal shelter? Or were they all like strays or taken in from the vet because people...
All of them are strays, except one was from a hoarding situation. But yeah, most of them were just from outside.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah.
It's tough. I mean, kitten season is hard because I feel like so many
we're in it.
people find cats and kittens and will post on Facebook or Instagram
Yeah.
or wherever and be like, I have these cats, or like Nextdoor app. And like, that's where I got baby Sue from, is just some random woman was like, I have all these kittens that I found. I was able to spay the mom, but like, does anybody want these kittens? And I feel like that happens quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because shelters won't take them after a certain point of time because they're filled with cats and kittens.
Yeah.
They're all overrun. And when can they start having babies? Like 6 months old.
Yeah, sometimes even sooner.
Ugh.
It's awful.
Sad.
And
Yeah.
how many, like, what's the average litter size?
Say like 5.
Wow. Yeah.
Kittens
Yeah.
are so cute though.
And you can find so many, like, I don't know if you've ever seen my cats, but I have some like unique looking cats. And they were just like found outside.
I've seen,
Like,
a
you can
couple
find
of your
so many
cats.
like beautiful
Yeah.
cats.
I just don't understand why people buy cats.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the stupidest. It's like, why
I
would
see
buy
like
a
for
cat?
some, if you want to get like,
a hairless one.
yeah, maybe like a Sphinx or like a Maine Coon or I don't know. Like,
But I also would not want a 20-pound cat.
yeah, that's a lot.
Or
Well,
like
we try not to pass judgment.
sorry. Fair.
However-
My bad.
However, the shelters truly are overrun with cats and dogs. So I think we hit it all, guys. Talked about multiple cat household, how to incorporate feeding time and enrichment, toys, scratchers, furniture, apps, floppy fish. I think we covered it all. Any thoughts? Anything else we missed? Lindsay, you think?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Okay.
we need to dive into it deeper. This was just like touching the surface on
Yeah.
cats. Very
Yeah.
much so.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. As always, we would love to hear your feedback, especially if you have cats who have a favorite activity that we could talk about on the show, or if you have a story or event about your cat and enrichment that saved or improved your life. We would love to hear from all of our cat-loving listeners. What topics would you like us to talk about next regarding cats? Do you want to talk about hairballs, nail clipping, allergies? We're eager to learn more and share as much information as we possibly can about cats and chat with like-minded individuals. Please give us a shout out on social media. Instagram is Toni.unleashed. Facebook is Toni Unleashed. And our email is info@toniunleashed.com. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.
See ya.